So with Mother's Day tomorrow, I have decided to speak on a mother from the Bible today. Now, I specifically chose Hannah, Samuel's mother, because I think that so many women can relate to her story and her struggle. So let's read Hannah chapter 1, verses 12 to 18 to start off with, and then we'll keep going from there. So while she continued praying in the Lord's presence, Eli watched her mouth. Hannah was praying silently, and though her lips were moving, her voice could not be heard. Eli thought that she was drunk, said to her, "How long are you going to be drunk? Get rid of your wine." "No, my lord," Hannah replied. "I am a woman with a broken heart. I haven't had any wine or beer. I've been pouring out my heart before the Lord. Don't think of me as a wicked woman. I've been praying from the depth of my anguish and resentment." Eli responded, "Go in peace, and may God, the God of Israel, grant the request you've made of him." "May your servant find favor with you," she replied. Then Hannah went on her way. She ate and no longer looked despondent. So, Hannah was someone who was trying for a child for so long. And, it just, got to the point where she broke down. And she definitely went about it the right way. Instead of letting out her anger to someone else or talking to someone else about it, she, which is all well and good. You can do that if you have people in your life who will listen to you and who will support you. But ultimately, she knew that the only person who could grant her request was the Lord. So she prayed and she cried out to the Lord. And then let's keep going. So the next morning, Elkanah and Hannah got up early to worship before the Lord. Afterward, they returned home to Ramah. Then Elkanah was intimate with his wife Hannah, and the Lord remembered her. After some time, Hannah conceived and gave birth to a son. She named him Samuel, because she said, "I requested him from the Lord." When Elkanah and all his household went up to make the annual sacrifice and his vow offering to the Lord, Hannah did not go and explained to her husband, "After the child is weaned, I'll take him to appear in the Lord's presence and to stay there permanently." Her husband Elkanah replied, "Do what you think is best and stay here until you've weaned him. May the Lord confirm your word." So Hannah stayed there and nursed her son until she weaned him. When she had weaned him, she took him with her to Shiloh, as well as a 3-year-old bull, half a bushel of flour, and a clay jar of wine. Though the boy was still young, she took him to the Lord's house at Shiloh. Then they slaughtered the bull and brought the boy to Eli. "Praise my Lord," she said, "as surely you live, my Lord. I am the woman who stood here beside you praying to the Lord. I prayed for this boy, and since the Lord gave me what I asked him for, I now give the boy to the Lord. For as long as he lives, he is given to the Lord." Then he worshipped the Lord there. So, the Lord granted her request. She got pregnant, and the Lord knew that Hannah was going to keep her promise, and she did. She dedicated Samuel to the Lord, and then as we go on, if we go to chapter 3, the boy Samuel served the Lord in Eli's presence. In those days, the word of the Lord was rare and prophetic visions were not widespread. One day, Eli, whose eyesight was failing, was lying in his usual place before the lamp of God had gone out. Samuel was lying down in the temple of the Lord where the ark of God was located. Then the Lord called Samuel, and he answered, "Here I am." He ran to Eli and said, "Here I am, you called me." I didn't call, Eli replied. Go back and lie down. So he went and laid down once again, and the Lord called Samuel. Samuel got up, went to Eli, and said, Here I am, you called me. I didn't call, my son, he replied. Go back and lie down. Now Samuel did not yet know the Lord, because the word of the Lord had not been revealed to him. Once again, for the third time, the Lord called Samuel. He got up, went to Eli, and said, Here I am, you called me. Then Eli understood that the Lord was calling the boy. He told Samuel, Go and lie down. If he calls you, speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. So Samuel went and laid down in his place. The Lord came, stood there, and called as before, Samuel, Samuel. Samuel responded, Speak, for your servant is listening. So as we can see, the Lord does end up going on to use Samuel for a purpose, but it all started with Hannah. Hannah having so much faith in the Lord and vowing to the Lord that he would dedicate, if she was blessed with a child, she would dedicate her child to the Lord. So I think Hannah is just such an incredible person from the Bible, such a strong, incredible woman. And I'm so glad that we have her as an example in the Bible. But that's all I wanted to talk about. May the Lord bless all the mothers around the world on Mother's Day. I hope that you get spoiled by your families. But as well, that I hope on a day-to-day basis that you're being appreciated by your families, and that's all I wanted to say, and may God bless you.